We're nearing the end of our time. We only have just a couple minutes left before we do Q&A. But we have this wonderful room of current and future leaders. If you had like 30 seconds to give your heart, to say what you wish someone would walk away from this time, what would you want to give to Mosaic here?
Don't forget about your local school districts, and don't forget about my little babies, and just, partner with your local school districts.
I would say one of the greatest impact that you can have on, throughout your life is impacting some of those students that we are dealing with day in and day out. And on a mission to do so, bring God to them. Don't wait for God to for them to come to God. Bring God to them through your actions, through your presence, through your love, and through your care.
I guess I would say if you look at the problem of educational inequality as a whole, it will feel impossible and hopeless. It's a problem that only God has a solution for, but if you look for the way that you're called to play a role in fighting it faithfully, you can make a bigger impact than maybe you'd ever dream. If you take, a step into something that's uncomfortable, a place that's going to challenge you to do something, regardless of where you live, to help fight this in the name of Jesus, you can make an impact.
And I'm just reminded of the phrase that the older generation of pastors used to say when I was in church, is don't be so heavenly minded that you're absolutely no earthly good. And I think a lot of times we can, revert to the four walls of the church. And Martin Luther King, I'm paraphrasing, one of my favorite sermons is not the I Have a Dream speech. He says, I'm glad to sing about going up yonder. He said, but I need shoes on my feet and clothes on my back while I'm down here. Mm-hmm. He said, I look forward to the day when, I'm in a land where flowing with milk and honey. He said, but I need 3 square meals and a cot while I'm on earth here today. And I think that's what I can, the advice I can give to you all is a lot of times we complain about, the government, but the government is really filling a void that the church has kind of given up that responsibility to. And so if we start to support some of these tangible needs, then I think we'll see a resurgence of the church and of faith and of belief, is because they'll see it as people who are actually, loving God first and foremost, and then loving each other with the same love Christ has for each of us. So.
Amen. Can we warmly give thanks for our panel?